What's up, MSFers? Furries everywhere rejoice as Sasquatch, the anamorphic character choice, unsurprisingly jumped into the lead on the new character poll. However, players everywhere are pretty frustrated that Guardian has to be voted in on the team, as he is the leader of Alpha Flight and was teased in the initial ad campaign. Also unsurprising was that the Blast Off to 100 event was launched with the wrong inputs, a currency ratio of 2-to-1 instead of 6-to-1. Boylon reports on this early. The changes did happen. However, check out Boylon's video because he has some data mines in here about Void Knight. Mobile Gamer also talks about that botched report in offer review, several good things in there to check out. But BPG, that is Big Positive Greek, comes through with the best coverage of this event, taking into account the ratio change at the end. It was a 6-to-1 ratio. Now, there is some information on the compensation coming out to everybody. We don't know exactly what that is, but Scopely does sound very confident that they will compensate well on this one. Rage Gaming has two great videos out last night. The first is going over what it takes to save your energy over the cap for energy spending events like the one we're in the middle of now. This is a great breakdown of what you would normally make and what you end up losing out on by saving, and is that worth it for the energy campaign? Now, new and mid-game players, don't bother with this. You guys need to be going after those cores and gear and all that stuff. But late game free-to-play players should really take a look at this and see if this is a strategy you want to adopt. His other video goes over the 100 offers. These, in my opinion, are total trash, but I think that a lot of people are going to be looking at these, seeing if it can get them to the next experience level, the next commander level. So he does go over these in depth of breaking down their value, and it's a great video if you're considering buying some of these offers. My, how the tier lists are unfolding. Both Mobile Gamer and Dorky Dad have videos where they collaborate with each other on their channels, talking about who you should be building during this level 100 increase. Lots of information out there, lots of reoccurring characters. There is an outside case for not building Doom. That's for smaller rosters who want that Doom to be pushed in certain events, so you may not want to build him too big. But aside from that, Kestrel and Doom are some really good choices because they cover two different tags. Another strategy coming from Steven Rasslin is that we should not be building Red Goblin or Gwenum just yet, because they're going to cost a whole bunch of gold to bring up to 100 since they're starting at level 1. You should consider this with all the characters in your roster that you want to level up. In fact, think about characters that are already at level 95. They're only going to cost a little bit of gold as compared to somebody coming up from level 1. You can always build those characters after this event is over with. Scopely, many players are watching and noticing that your animations are being recycled. The big AoE animation where a character scrolls from left to right is being used on a lot of characters. The art department is known for putting out quality work. Please don't skip on the look of this game. If you're doing the War Scourge and you wanted to bring in Thanos, think again. He's not on the list like he should be. Scopely is aware of this and they will be fixing it promptly. Updog puts out his Art of War infographic showing all the war counters with an accompanying video. It is a huge list of counters, so big in fact it barely fits on my screen. And finally, the list of characters in the Century store is not a good one for endgame players. In fact, they're all farmable aside from Iron Man Infinity War, who is scheduled to be farmable soon. Kestrel is a DD character and probably shouldn't even be on this list, but unfortunately she is, hogging up more space. Boylon talks about in his video, which I plugged earlier in this recap, about what you should be spending on in the Century store. I expect much more debate on the level 100 increase of which characters you should be bringing up. In fact, I will be doing a collaboration with Dorky Dad on this topic as well. And for everything else, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm Run7, bringing you yesterday's news today. As content creators compete with themselves for laziest thumbnail, Scopely competes with itself for laziest character poll. The event was fixed so fast it has some people wondering if it was done intentionally to make the 6-to-1 ratio not look so bad. With the game's overall improvement, naysayers are having trouble finding creative ways to get people to not play Marvel Strike Force.